Hey, this is Turner Walston for GoHeels TV, sitting down with Jamie Loeb, 2015 individual singles national champion. Did I say that right? Close enough anyway. Back in Chapel Hill to visit after turning professional. First of all, what have the last few months been like? It seems like a whirlwind for you.
Yeah, the last few months have been pretty crazy, especially a couple of weeks leading up to the US Open and even after NCAA's. Is pretty cool seeing all the messages everyone is sending me and just connecting with people I haven't spoken to in a while. But it's been really awesome, and it's an incredible experience for me.
So you're back in Chapel Hill visiting for this week. What's this week been like for you?
Well, I'm doing a little bit of rehab too, just my body kind of recovering from the summer and a little break from tennis. But it's nice seeing everyone, and just, everyone's so supportive, and it's very refreshing to be back here and just see the support and how everyone cares, and it's just a nice feeling. It's like one big happy family.
So take us back in time. Your sister Jenna played at Wake Forest. What got you to Chapel Hill?
She actually knew Sarah Anderson, the former assistant coach. Her and Sarah, I think, are like a year apart, and she played against Sarah in college, and she knows Sarah is a great coach, great person. And I think end of my junior year, she kind of contacted Sarah because I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't know they were interested in me, so my sister contacted Sarah, and then I got in contact with Brian and Sarah and ended up visiting, and that's kind of how it all happened.
You had a lot of success at juniors. Why college tennis at all?
I think I needed to grow up a little more, mature, do things on my own, and also physically try to get stronger. And it's just a whole new experience being a part of a team, and also different coaching staff, and kind of just being in a different environment, and just, like I said, do more things on my own and learn more about myself, my game, and just improve.
What was it like playing within the team concept? Because college tennis is so unique in that you play within a team, you score for your team, but it's an individual sport when you're down there on the court.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's like a unique sport. The only time I've ever been on a team was I did high school tennis before I did online schooling. So that was the only other time, but it was nothing compared to this. But I think it's nice having the coaches and the camaraderie of your teammates being there for you and you cheering them on. It's a special feeling, because in the pro life, pro world, you don't have that, and you're out for yourself. So it's nice having people that really care about you.
What was it like for you? How did your game grow in 2 years in Chapel Hill?
I think mentally I focused a lot, mentally being stronger on court, and controlling myself. And I am normally composed, but just in pressure situations, dealing with them. I know sometimes I leaned on the coaches a little bit when I was in trouble to kind of tell me things, but I'd start to figure out my own how to handle myself, because in reality it's up to me, and I'm not always going to have someone telling me what to do. But definitely physically I look to get stronger. I think I'm stronger now than when I was when I came in, but I think just overall I think I've matured.
You all won a lot of games your sophomore season, a lot of matches, in a row, kind of a dream season up to a point. Looking back, what was it like being in that, taking it one match at a time but having so much success?
It was awesome. It was, it was great for me, and I think that gave me a lot of confidence. But I just, like you said, I went in that mentality, taking one match at a time and not looking too far ahead, and just staying in the moment. And I think that's really important, not looking ahead, but just believing in yourself and not trying to force things, and just control what you can only control.
You're a hyper-competitive player. You say, come on, and pump your fist.
Yep.
When you win the singles title, what was the release of emotion like for you?
I turned to my sister, my family friend, and my personal coach. They were all watching from above, so I kind of turned to them and yelled, "Yeah!" and dropped my racket, and it was just like almost like a sigh of relief in a way that I did it, and it was just like an incredible feeling. I probably watched match point about at least 20 times just to keep reliving that moment, but it was just incredible, and just a moment that I'll never forget.
You had the opportunity to turn professional before this time, but after you win the championship, do you say, I've accomplished what I set out to do in college and this is the next step for me?
Yeah, that's basically the reason why I turned professional. Obviously, I could have won a team championship, but I know that isn't solely up to me and not always in my control, no matter how much I do. But I think, I won indoors, I won All-Americans and NCAAs, and I sought out to do that coming into college, and I just felt if I want to get my game to the next level, that this was the opportunity and this was the chance for me to do that, and I'm taking advantage of it.
The U.S. Open, you draw one of the best players in the world in the first round. When you saw that, are you excited, intimidating, a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I think it really hit me right before I was about to walk on the court. I turned to my coach, I'm like, I'm nervous. And I think he's a little surprised because literally I was about to walk on in 2 minutes, but I was very anxious to play, and it was an exciting experience for me. And I think when I walked on the court, I was less nervous, which is kind of strange, but I just kind of got in that mindset, just thought of it like another match. Obviously, I wish I could have done better, but I watched the match over again. We had many great points, and I was in every rally, so that gave me a lot of confidence.
Do you look at that and say, okay, maybe I was a little too aggressive here, the nerves you want? Do you allow yourself to look back and learn from it? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I think this match, out of every match I played or any loss, this is the one I learned the most from. I really looked at it and I took the positive, but I also took the things that I could improve on and have them in the back of my head. But I think I did learn a lot from that match about myself, what I needed to do to get to that level, even the fitness side of it, and kind of how I can progress and how I can get there.
Caroline had some really nice things to say about you after the match. How did you receive that?
Oh, it was awesome. Even when we were shaking hands, she was very complimentary, and some girls can be fake about things, but I think she was just genuinely nice and really respected me, and I respect her, and she didn't have to say those things, so it meant a lot for her to say it.
So to people who watch tennis and know the Grand Slams, what is the rest of the calendar like for a professional player? Like, what's next for you now?
Well, my next tournament I think is going to be the end of October right now, but since my ranking, I'm 379 right now, so since my ranking isn't at the point where I can get into Grand Slams on my own, you have to kind of start the challenger level, playing $25,000 tournaments, $50,000 tournaments. You don't get that much money if you win, it's split up, but you have to play at that level until you kind of get your ranking in top 200 and then top 150, and then you can play in the WTA tour level events. It's it's hard because there's always those like stepping stones you need to achieve. It's really hard to break top 200, 150, but by playing the lower level tournaments, that's how you're going to build your ranking. So
you've turned pro, but you're still a Tar Heel.
Yes, forever.
And are you better for having come through Chapel Hill?
I think so. I think I learned, like I said, I learned a lot about myself and my game, and balancing the schoolwork and the tennis, also a lot of life lessons as well. But I think it made me stronger, and I think mentally it's helped me as well. But obviously I'm ready for this next opportunity.